On January 1st, a lot of people open a fresh budget and feel amazing. By January 10th, most of them have quietly stopped checking it. That is not a discipline problem. It is a design problem, and by the end of this video, you will have a system that fixes it without needing more willpower. Left to opt in, most people never quite get around to it. Flip the default so saving happens automatically unless you actively stop it, and the same person suddenly saves without trying. Researchers Thaler and Shlomo Benartzi tested this directly. In one well-known program, automatic saving lifted participants' savings rate from 3.5% to 13.6% over a few years, without asking anyone to try harder. Here is the plan: why budgets fail, the friction reframe, the 3 accounts, the real math behind them, and the 5-minute setup you can do tonight. Willpower is not a personality trait. It behaves more like a battery. It drains with every small decision, and by evening there is barely any left to say no. The same fatigue shows up everywhere small decisions pile up, from courtroom rulings to grocery aisles. The more choices stack up in a day, the more people default to whatever feels easiest. Right now, most spending has almost no friction. One account, one card, one tap, nothing slows the money down before it leaves your hands. The fix flips that around. Instead of relying on willpower at the moment of spending, you add friction earlier, before the money ever reaches the account you spend from. The system uses 3 accounts: a spend account for daily life, a bills account for fixed costs, and a save account the everyday spending card is never linked to. The spend account feels the most normal of the 3. It holds 1 week or 1 fortnight of everyday cash, so you can spend on it freely without checking every purchase. The hurdle is that it is meant to run low. That small edge of discomfort near payday is a feature, not a mistake. It keeps spending honest without any manual tracking. The bills account feels almost boring, and that is exactly the point. Rent, electricity, and subscriptions leave automatically, so a fixed cost never competes with a Friday night decision. The hurdle is that it still needs a monthly glance. Automation removes daily decisions. Not all decisions, prices, and bills change, so the account deserves a quick check-in. The save account feels almost invisible, which is exactly why it works. No card, no app shortcut, no easy tap, just a little healthy distance between you and the money. Economists call this mental accounting. Money behaves differently depending on which bucket it sits in, even though a dollar is always just a dollar. The 3 account rule uses that quirk on purpose. So pause on this for a moment. Right now, which account is your card actually linked to? The one that makes spending easy, or the one that makes saving easy? If you're spending money and you're saving money share one account, every purchase becomes a small negotiation with your future self, and future self usually loses that negotiation. The percentage changes by household, but the structure does not. A renter might automate a smaller slice. A homeowner with more room might automate more. The 3 accounts still do the same job. With 2 incomes, the trick is agreeing on one percentage together and automating it from both sides, so saving is not a conversation that has to happen every single payday. For a regular income, the trick is automating a percentage of every payment instead of a fixed date. A freelancer can split 10% into save the moment each payment arrives. Closer to retirement, the accounts do not disappear, they just change size. Spend still covers daily life, bills still covers fixed costs, and save simply carries more of the household's weight. The math itself is simple. Automate a small slice every week, and it adds up to real money in a year, without a single extra decision once the system is set up. Leave that buffer in an account earning interest, and it keeps growing quietly in the background, money that used to disappear into small daily decisions, now working for you instead. A healthy system does not mean the spend account always stays full. It means both gauges stay in a comfortable range, one moving quickly, one moving slowly, both moving on purpose. This is also where the buffer earns its keep. A common guideline is 3 to 6 months of essential costs, enough that one bad week does not turn into a bad year. The most common trap is automating too aggressively. If save takes so much that spend goes negative, the whole system breaks, and trust in the system breaks right along with it. The fix is small, not dramatic. Start at a percentage that barely stings, 5% is enough, and raise it later once the system has proven it can hold. That early discomfort fades faster than most people expect. Households usually stop noticing the smaller spend balance within a month because the brain adjusts to the new normal quickly. The second trap is forgetting the system exists at all. A raise, a new bill, or a big life change is a normal moment to revisit the percentage, not a reason to abandon it. The real payoff shows up in small moments like this one, not checking a balance before a decision, because the system already made the safe choice before you even saw the sign. A manual budget asks you to make the same good decision every single day. The 3-account rule asks you to make one good decision, one time, and then get out of your own way. Tonight, open a separate savings account, make sure your everyday card is not linked to it, automate a percentage of every payday, and let the friction quietly do the rest. One small extra step helps. Give the account a name tied to its job, like emergency buffer or breathing room, so the friction feels like protection instead of restriction. The goal is not to become a perfect budgeter. The goal is to build a household where one bad week never quietly turns into a full financial emergency. This is general information, not personal advice. The right percentage depends on your income, your bills, and your household. Start small, automate it once, and let the system carry the weight. Subscribe to this channel for more clear money steps like this.